everybody? What's up, everybody? How are you doing tonight? Welcome tonight. I hope all of you are excited as I am. I see a lot of people coming in from a lot of different cities. Go ahead and drop your city if you're in here with me right now. You
You
may
may
know,
know,
may
may
not
not
know,
know,
I
I
am
am
Essence
Essence
China,
China,
and
and
we are
we are
in
in
Phoenix,
Phoenix,
Arizona
Arizona.
today. And we are about to get directly. It says my mic is muted. Can you hear me?
Everybody's saying hello to you.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Because I was talking. I don't know if y'all can hear me. What's up, everybody? I'm so excited for you all to be here tonight. If you're excited, tell me what city you're in.
Hey,
You may
no, my
know,
name
my
is
name is
Essence
Essence
China.
China.
What's
What's
going
going
on?
on? We're going to try this one more time.
And the host muted.
Okay. All right. Can y'all hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me. We do that mic check real quick. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Yes, 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 yes. All right, cool. So tonight we're gonna we're gonna be talking about some foundational techniques. So I just want to welcome you into the room. Drop the city that you're in. Some of you've been in the room for probably 30 minutes. So, I know you've been putting your cities in there. But welcome to this. So we're getting a little bit of an echo. Is other people hearing an echo as well, or just one person? Let me know. Let me know if you hear an echo. I seen one echo. I'm ready to go. Y'all ready to go? No echoes. I don't hear nobody else saying it's an echo. All right, cool. And breaking up. Are we breaking up?
Says we're good to go.
All right, hold on 1 second. He's saying your mic should be off. My mic should be on. I guess what you're saying. Okay, cool. All right, so we good? All right, let's go. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the 3 essential skills that all natural hairstylists must learn to attract high-paying clientele and to tap into a consistent flow of income. So let's get to it. All right. Okay, so the question is, why am I holding this webinar? Why are we here today? And the reason why I'm here today is because there are so many stylists who wish they had the proper training. And the proper training, honestly, is very hard to find. And I know that there's a community of stylists who are ready to master these techniques to better serve their clients. Unfortunately, the information you see on YouTube and social media is not always credible. And many times there's a difficulty finding comprehensive training to help equip you to be really successful. Cosmetology schools, y'all. They don't teach natural hairstyling, and that's unfortunate. So unless you need a license in your state, what you find is that you won't be provided the skills and the techniques that you actually need in order to be successful. So the question is, who is this webinar for? We need to weed out who don't need to be here. So let's talk about who's this webinar for. This webinar is for the aspiring stylist who has always wanted to do hair, but perhaps you went the traditional route because you were conditioned to believe that hairstyling wasn't a worthy career. This is also for you if you want to transition out of corporate America and truly pursue your passion. Also, for the stylist who already has clients, but you're ready to quit because things are just not turning out like you thought they were going to turn out. You're like, I'm over it. So this is for you. I don't want you to give up just yet. Let's talk about it. This is also for you if you're a cosmetologist who went the traditional hairstyling route, but you desire to do natural hair because there's a lot of natural hairstylists, cosmetologists that are finding that so many women are going natural and they're losing clientele. So this is for you if you feel like you need to cross-train. It's very important. if you tried to be a hairstylist and it did not work out the first time, and if you went to grad school, okay, because some of y'all went the traditional route, you went all the way, but you're realizing that your passion is still, you know what I'm saying, something that's just been boiling up and you know you really want to do this. This is also for you. You probably went into the corporate world and you're unfulfilled, you're unsatisfied. So this is for you as well. One thing I want to let you know is that it's not your fault. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and it can be so confusing as to what's real, what's right, what's wrong. But the reality is, it's okay. We're gonna figure this out. So bear with me. If cosmetology school was inclusive, meaning that it had all the information we needed to be successful as natural hairstylists, you would have the education that you need, but they don't. So the state boards have ignored the importance of natural hairstyling, unfortunately. They don't necessarily see it as something that needs to be covered, so it's not included in the curriculums. And I believe that this institution wants you to go through hoops, spending your time and your money and leaving you unprepared. But I'm here to tell you that there's another way. The difference is I know that you love natural hair. Just as I love natural hair, I know that you just have a passion to do hair. And I want to provide you with the skills you need to be confident so that you can so you can execute amazing styles and charge accordingly. Let me say coins. Can we get the coins? So this is what we're here for. I know you have a desire to pursue your dream, and I want to show you how to make that happen during this live event. So many people disqualify themselves because they see amazing natural hairstyles on social media, on Instagram, and they get into this comparison game and they say, well, I'm not like them, or I can't create hairstyles like them. But the reality is you could be if you believed and you put in the work with the proper information. So let's get into a little bit of my story. My name is Essence China, and I've been braiding hair for a very long time. This picture down here at the right is me. I was probably about 12 or 13 years old, braiding my niece's hair, and then later on in life, braiding my older brother's hair. But the reality is my older brother, when I was younger, would not let me touch his hair. Like, he would let me prepare it. He would let me shampoo it and blow dry it. Next thing I know, he was walking out the door, y'all. And I'm like, where are you going? And he was like, I'm about to go get my hair braided. And when I tell you, that just made my heart sink. And then one day I eventually asked him, like, you see me braiding, why don't you let me braid your hair? And he told me that my straight backs weren't straight. And y'all, I was devastated. But it actually drove me to get better. Let's see, y'all. So clients, this is another part of my story. So I'm telling you like 3 or 4 different parts of my story, so I don't have to tell the whole part. But clients would bring in hairstyles, and they wanted me to recreate these hairstyles. And I had no clue, honestly, of how to do them. And it really crushed me that here it is, it's somebody that trusted in me being a hairstylist was willing to give me the money, but because I did not know how to do that hairstyle, that money walked out the door. Devastating, right? And so another part of my story was that because I was conditioned to go the traditional route, to go to school and to get a job, that was a worthy career, I decided to go to nursing school because I felt like that was more stable. But what I found was that I did not feel aligned with who I really was. I felt hair kept on calling me. And so there are so many people who they kind of deny themselves. They know that they want to go a particular route, but because that route may not be safe, they tend to go the safe route. And so this is really important that we all recognize, like, why do I have this gift? Why do I have this passion? I need to do something with it. Well, I had a turning point when I was braiding hair out of my apartment. And that there was a point where I recognized that I need to actually go forward and make this like a real reality. I was tired of doing nursing. I was passing meds at a youth facility, a lockdown facility for kids. And I just couldn't wait to get home and braid. And this is when I realized like I needed to commit to styling hair. And what I realized is that, yeah, I want to commit to it, but the only real way that I'm going to be successful at it is that I need to master these 3 foundational techniques. And when those techniques were braiding, locking, and twisting, if I'm going to take this serious, I need to master these 3 techniques. So right here, y'all, this is my very first business card. And this is before, this will let you know how far back it goes. This is my page number right here. And this is me braiding out of my parents' laundry room when it was just a hobby for me. This is before I really knew I was going to take it serious. And I had a little waiting room with clients on the side. And, but this was my beginning, and this was my transition when I opened my first salon. I opened my first salon in 2006 when I was like 20, I think I was 20 something years old. And so I ended up like really taking it seriously in y'all just never know where you can go with this career if you really just decide to commit to it. So, what are these three foundational techniques? Well, these three foundational techniques um, are the braiding, locking, and twisting that I mentioned to you. And once I mastered these techniques, literally everything changed for me. I got featured in Essence magazine. Come on now. I won the World Natural Hairstyling Competition, and I also opened 2 flourishing salons where I was able to provide more opportunities for other hairstylists. And so this is the hairstyle that I created back in 2011, and it got in Essence magazine. Not only did it get in Essence magazine, it became the most viral natural hairstyle that you've probably seen somewhere on somebody's hair salon or somewhere. So it really did amazing. And so I often wonder if I would have been crushed when my brother told me that my straight backs weren't straight, and I decided not to go down this route. I would have never been able to accomplish any of these things and live the life that I've been afforded to live, right? And so it took me about 10 years to really just like hone, you know what I'm saying, and understand like, okay, all of the things that need to go into doing natural hairstyling and mastering it. But today, guess what, y'all? I'm about to give y'all the cheat code. Let's get the cheat code. Because I'm going to be talking about the 3 techniques that I perfected over those 10 years that you're going to need in order to be successful and to, you know, gain the income that you should be able to gain and earn, and not apologize for it, right? Right. Like charge your worth because you know that you're worthy of it. And so we're going to be talking about the 3 natural hairstyling techniques that actually work. Okay. The ones that actually work. Now, these are the foundational techniques that you simply can't create creative natural hairstyles without these elements. Like these, you have to have these elements. Almost every natural hairstyle includes or inclusive of these techniques. And so we're going to be talking about these foundations because I find that so many stylists, they want to do all the elaborate stuff, but it's like, if you just master the basics, okay, like nobody really wants to master the basics because at some point it's like boring, but they're the building blocks. You get those building blocks and you can build anything. You can create anything. So my primary goal for you today is to make sure that you get these in real time, step by step, the foundational techniques, which are precision parting, not just any parts. We need these parts to be precise. Precision parting, flawless flat twists, flawless, and beautiful braids. Like these braids, they're not just any braids, but they're clean, they're integral, they're precise. And so we're going to go over that in real time. So let's go. Every natural hairstyle that's protective is going to include these things. So for you to be able to attract clientele and develop a consistent income, you're going to have to master these essential techniques. It's just, you can't go around. There's no skipping it. So why is this important? One reason why this is important because the Crown Act is passing across the nation. Here locally, it just got passed in Phoenix, Arizona. And that has opened the door for a lot of corporate women to be able to wear their hair naturally. And this, the impact of this is that you're seeing a lot more women going natural, going to hair salons to get their hair done in its natural state, which means there's more clients, right? Which means some of the clients is yours for the taking, okay? So as you've seen, some of you have probably even been familiar with the Crown Act, and that's really, you know, it's groundbreaking and it's amazing. And so a lot of women are making that choice to say, no, I want to be my authentic self in any and every environment, and specifically in my professional environment. And so they're looking for hairstylists that can offer those services. To top it all off, people are becoming more and more conscious of their health. So not only that, but a lot of women are still transitioning, going natural for health reasons. And so that's also important to understand. So today's agenda, y'all ready? You ready for today's agenda? Well, today we are going to be going over the art of precise parting. And then we're going to jump into some breathtaking braids. And then we're going to learn the steps behind flawless flat twist. I didn't give you a little, I'm talking so fast, y'all. Hold on real quick. So we're going to go over those things. And then I actually have a special bonus for you. I'm going to show you a little bit of a business blueprint so you can use these skills to attract high-paying clientele and create a reliable and consistent income as a stylist. So it's not just about the techniques. The techniques are amazing, right? But then, okay, now how do I use this to actually build something? How do I, build a brand? So I'm just going to get in a couple little key points for that. So just stick around a little bit. But before we get into that, real quick, we need a clean house. Let's talk about who this is for. Like we talked about, this training is for people who are willing to invest in yourself. And the reason why I said it is because like I had to invest y'all time, hours and hours of braiding and getting it and perfecting it and getting it and perfecting it. And so just so you know, this is also for people who are passionate. There's been times where I've hired stylists and they could braid, but it was just something they could do. They was just like, yeah, I can, but they didn't really love it. And so if you're passionate about it, this is who this is for. So you can learn these proper techniques and be the best stylist that you can be. But one thing I want to say, this is not a quick come up. It just ain't. It's not no quick come up. This is for people who are passionate about the industry and desire to make a significant contribution. You want to give. You want to give to the industry, right? Not trying to take. And so we want to get into the practical stuff real quick. So we're going to get into the practical part, which is once you perfect these techniques, you'll be able to master styles like these. So if you see these styles right here, we have some flawless flat twists. They lay so good, they look like cornrows. The things look clean, right? You're going to be able to master just parting. You see how clean these lines are. Come on now, I'm talking about clean. The braiding. See, the thing is, all of these styles, they have something in common. They have the techniques in common, and then they have just the preciseness in common. And so this one has, the braiding, the clean parting. These are the flat twists. So they all have these elements that are, they're foundational. And so once you get them, now it's like, okay, let me put my twist on it. Let me put my spin on it. So these are the things that you should be able to do with time, with investment, right? So we're going to get into some precision parting right now. And so I'm going to bring my model in right now. So y'all just give me a second. We're going to bring her in, and then we're going to get to this precise parting. And if you want, you can certainly, I don't know, if you want to pull out your mannequin head real quick, take some tips, or go ahead and just write some tips. You'll be good for that. So we're going to bring this model in. Y'all give it up for Kayla. Let me know if y'all can see pretty good. Y'all see in here pretty good. So I went ahead and just start putting just some braids in her real quick. And we're gonna kind of get into it. So now if I was gonna be doing an updo, I would be starting from the back and kind of working my way up, but we're just doing just some accent stuff right here. So I just kind of did some kind of compartmentalized parting, and I like to do that because when it comes to even creativity and styling, you kind of want to break it up into sections. It makes it so much easier to get creative. And so what we say is like we like to break it up into compartments, and then within that compartment, we can get really creative in it and then duplicate that. And that always makes your styles look a lot more just intricate, right? Because a lot of times people, they just want to freestyle and they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. And honestly, it looks too busy. And so if you can just kind of break it up in sections and then create a design and duplicate that, you're going to see that your styles are really going to look a lot more uniform. And a lot of times styles, it's all about the illusion more than it is about like a whole bunch of just busyness, if that makes sense. So when it comes to parting, one of the things I really want to talk about is the tool that you use. So if you're familiar with Rare Essence Academy, we have our combs. And so the reason why we sell combs is because there are a lot of flimsy combs on the market, and we believe that your tools are almost just as important as your technique. Your tool, I'm gonna say it one more time. Your tools are just as important as the technique. And people always say, yes, I can, I can part with anything, which yes, if you're a skillful stylist, you can part with anything. But if you if you but if you have the right tools, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm being silly. If you have the right tools will actually help you braid with speed and with ease. And what stylists fail to recognize is that clients are going to come to you for more than one reason. And one of those reasons is, and I didn't even mean to get into this, but I just need to get into this. They come to you because you're great at what you do. They come to you because of the service you provide. And they also come to you because, okay, you might have an amazing, very quality hairstyle, but if you're slow, hold up, I don't know if you if you slow, it's a problem, right? And so combs and your tools are also going to help you get through things faster. So yeah, you could use a paper clip, but a paper clip, you know what I'm saying, it may produce, but it's you too slow. So let's get to the place where we have the right tools, the right techniques, and we can actually get our work done faster. So again, the thing about the combs is that you want to have a comb that is going to give you that. First of all, when you hear that, it lets you know this is a very sturdy and durable comb. Sturdy and durable, right? And so a lot of combs, they look alike, but they do not perform alike. And so definitely recommend getting some of our combs, but they're not flimsy, and then they're fine enough at the tip to where they're going to be able to give you that precision, that cleanness right away. So that's why your tools are important. Another thing is how you hold your comb. You're going to hold your comb like a pencil, like you're drawing. Why? Because you are an artist. You want to hold your comb like a pencil. Why? Because you're drawing. This is a canvas, and you're doing your thing on this canvas. You are putting your artwork on this canvas. Another reason why the way you want to hold your comb is because of the ability to have control. If you're holding your comb too far down or too far up, you don't have the control. Like you don't have the freedom. You don't have. That's not gonna work. So you want to hold it to where you have control. Right? The way in which you even go in is important as well. The reason why I kind of go to the side is because I can see. But if I'm going like this, I can't see nothing because my eye is right here. I'm gonna have to see where my eye is at. So I want to do it from to the side to where I can see. I'm right on top of this part. I can see what's happening, and I'm telling the part where to go. Let's just say I was braiding it out like that. As my body shifts and as I move, I'm telling this part where to go. But if you're trying to stay stationary the whole time and you're trying to bring this part all the way up here, but your body is not moving, you're going to have an issue. So you want to tell the part where to go by shifting your body to where you want that braid to end up or that twist to end up, okay? So we talked about the tool, we talked about some body positioning and how important that body position is, as well as the positioning of the comb. Your comb positioning is going to be important. Now, you also can use styling agents, right? So depending on how thick the client's hair is, that's also going to determine what you may need to do in order to get their parts cleaner. So I'm kind of funny about putting a whole lot of product, you know what I'm saying, especially depending on the product, right on the client's scalp, but you can try to just get it right where that, right on top of the hair, and just clean up, you can clean up the parts with putting a little bit of product. Now, what I'm using is just a light gel to get this part a little bit cleaner. Now, if you're getting into any more creativity with parts, obviously from style to style, it's going to determine, I'm about to just move this here out the way. From style to style, it's going to determine where you're going with your parts. All right, so now we've done some of that parting, but mind you, every part is going to be determined based on your creativity. Where do you want this style to go? So that really, it plays a part based on you, but there are some foundational things that you can learn to have somewhat of like a blueprint to know where to go. So now we're gonna kind of get into some braiding. So we're shifting from the precision parting into braiding. When you're braiding, specifically when you're doing really, really small sections of hair. So you notice how the way I parted this section, it starts off very tapered. So it's tapered. So when I pull on it, I see where it's at. And what I find is that there's so many stylists that don't know how to get that very clean and detailed and intricacy at the very beginning of the braid. What you find is that, you know, the part starts here, but the braid starts here. Let me put the camera on my face. We can't be doing that, okay? If the part starts, the braid starts. So let me put that in the chat. Where the part starts, the braid starts. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that the braid and the part are succinct. We want to get that detail immediately. So when you're braiding, you want to make sure that the hair is lifted up. Lift them up. And as we lift it up, what it's going to do is it's going to align the hair directly where the hair needs to be so that no hair misses the bus. No hair's missing the bus. It can't be late. It needs to be picked up at the right stop, okay? So as we're doing that, we want to make sure that we're picking up the hair at the right time. If you think that your braids are off, it's probably because your hairs are missing the bus or they're at the wrong stop. You can't be having a hair come in too early or too late. It's just going to be why, okay? So what we need is we need that just, come on now. We need that detail. We got to get that detail. So how do we get Essence, how do I get the detail? Well, we get it by intention. When you braid with intention, you will get the precision. Y'all got me making up one-liners in the middle of this live. When you braid with intention, you'll get the precision. So somebody say, slow down. That's how you be missing the bus. You going too fast. I know that you want to go fast, and I know that you want to be very efficient, but when you're learning something, you can't be speeding through stuff. You're going to lose that cleanness. So when you got to master it at a certain speed, and so slow down, okay? All right, so when you're braiding really, really small sections of hair like this, right? This is tiny, right? You need to take smaller sections, smaller pieces. Don't be grabbing all this, trying to get, You can't, come on now. Who doing that? Where we do that at? We can't do that. So we want to make sure that we are getting that precision. Now, how do we get precision, y'all? Let me see if somebody type in the chat. How do we get precision? Scroll down to the bottom of the chat so I can see. Slow down. We get precision. I don't see nobody answering the question. Let me see. I got to scroll down. I just want to see if everybody with me because I can't be talking to myself. With intention. Come on now, Robin. Thank you, Robin. We get the precision because of the intention. Good job. You don't worry about it. Okay. So I'm getting very, very small, minutiae. And we're taking our time. We're not trying to, what I say? There's a line I used to say. It's going to come to me in a second. We're taking our time. We're being gentle. We're gathering it with grace. We gather the edges with grace. We're not snatching them like savages. Gather it with grace, y'all, okay? Take your time. Kayla, you all right?
Yeah.
Am I hurting you? Oh, see now, and this is half the problem. You need to work on your tension. If you're losing clients, it's a tension issue. I'm giving y'all too much for the low. Am I giving too much for the low? I just met y'all. So I'm taking my time. I'm making sure that all the hairs, they jump on at the right time. Okay? Now, we're not getting into any stitch braiding today. We're just doing a basic cornrow. We're just going for one. We got our 3 pieces. We make sure we always have the equal amount of pieces in each section. And as we're picking up hair, just going to pinch and make sure we get that hair jumping in at the right time. And if you find that your braids are not doing what you want, then you can slow down the process. Give it a little slow motion and just pick and pinch to make sure you get that hair in. And on this side, we're going to go ahead and pick and pinch and pull it right in, right? Notice how my body has shifted. I'm here now. I'm here with it. I'm no longer here standing in standing position. I can't bring that braid here if I ain't here. Me as a person, my body is telling this braid where to go. All right, so I just did like a little biggie small. So we went from small to big, from small to big. So that essentially is some techniques for braiding. We talked about to make sure that we get that detail. Now this, I don't know if you probably can't see because it's so small, but I started braiding right where the part started. That's all. You got these revolutions. You know what I'm saying? We ain't throwing up signs. You know what I'm saying? So you see the you see the detail from Jump Street. Not late, okay? Somebody say we're gonna be on time because he's an on-time God. We're gonna be on time. All right, now we're gonna get into some flat twists real quick. Real quick. I might even do that over here. Over here. You want your flat twists to lay like cornrows. They need to look so fly and so together that you would think from afar that they not even no twists. What are those? Tell me what are those? I need a clip. But it's okay. I'm gonna just tuck it. I mean, come through in the clutch. All right, so we're gonna use this section right here for some flat twists. How's everybody doing tonight? Y'all doing all right? Are you doing all right? I'm gonna just move this out the way. Kayla, thank you for your patience. Y'all give Kayla a round of applause. She's a great model.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna shift this a little bit. And I'm gonna get into some Y'all want me to do a smaller one or do you want me to do a bigger one? What y'all want? Y'all want a smaller one or a bigger one, or do it matter? We just want to get the technique. Somebody said, Essence, just give me the technique. Stop playing around with my feelings. Okay, so we just gonna get to it. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. So we're gonna do another tapered one because I just love a taper. And then I'm gonna get a little slightly larger as I move through. Now, the thing with flat twist is everybody has a dominant hand. What do I mean by that? You can flat twist one direction or you can flat twist another direction. And it honestly does not matter. So do not feel no kind of way if you flat twist a different way than I do, right? I can flat twist both directions, but my dominant hand allows me to go faster because my body is just so used to its progress, that muscle memory. So it's very easy for me to flat twist that way. The other way, I have to think about it, so it takes more time, right? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get clients in and out, because guess what? If you can take one more head a day, do you know how much you get faster and you taking more heads a day? That's just more money by the end of the week, more money by the end of the month. Like, come on, talk about it. If your average ticket is $100 and you're getting one more client in a day, that's $500 more a week. That's $2,000 more a month. That's $24,000 more a year, just because you're getting faster. So let's work with our dominant hand. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a little gel. Now I flat twist counterclockwise. That's my dominant direction, counterclockwise. So when I'm going in, I'm taking 2 sections of hair, right? Really small. Again, we want to get that detail as soon as we start. And I'm just pinching. I'm going behind that second piece. So what I'm doing is I'm taking those 2 pieces, I lift the piece up and I pinch in between the back piece. I grab it and I let that piece go. Then I re-grip this piece, and then I go in between and I get the second piece. So we just continue to rotate that piece. So I'm gonna do this a little fast until I can get to a little bit more hair so you can see it a little cleaner. All right, so I'm gonna go back through that technique again so you can see it with a little bit more hair and you can see more of that detail. All right, so I'm working with the 2 same pieces or 2 sections of hair. It's just that as I move down the twist, I'm adding more hair, so the sections are becoming a little bit more thicker, so you're seeing a lot more detail. You good? So we got these 2 sections of hair. I'm lifting that section up. I'm cutting in between. I'm pinching that back piece. I'm letting that go. My hand is free. I now have ability to now re-grip this hair, pinch it, and now go back through, right? So we're gonna see, look how clean this thing look. I'm gonna just add a little bit more product to it. Y'all can't tell me this thing don't look flawless. Y'all tell me what it looked like to you. Do it look like something? What it look like? Just kind of comb through it a little bit. Make sure that you don't want to be ripping your client's hair out. Gentle, come on now. We're going to gather with grace. Peace and love. Peace and love. Okay. I'm going to get through that. I'm going to do one more twist. So Essence, rewind, repeat. Can we do that one more time? All right. So we're just going to go ahead and get our precision part in real quick. Let me go for somewhere else. Tilt it. Some of y'all need to get more comfortable using your voice. If you're working with clients and you're a little too timid and you don't know how to, use your voice in a professional way, it's going to make it harder for you to style hair fast or efficiently because you're bending to clients. Think about it. If you're doing clients' heads all day long, if you're bending all day to your disadvantage because you don't know how to ask client, do you mind tilting your head a little bit? You know what I'm saying? And just ask them and then, move their head a little bit. What you find you're doing is you're inconveniencing yourself, and it's just not gonna, number one, it's not good for you in general with your time, but in the long run, you're gonna find that your body is gonna have a lot more issues, and we want longevity in this game. Come on now, I did here for 20 years, y'all. We want longevity. All right, I like that, look clean. All right. I'm gonna turn her in a second, y'all. Hold fast. Can you plug it in? Thank you. All right. Y'all see that real good? All right, again, we're gonna get that detail by small pieces. And then we're just gonna start pinching and rotating, pinching, rotating, pinching, rotating, pinching, rotating. And notice a lot of stylists, they say that their flat twists, they get too poofy, and that has to do with the preparation of the hair. You want to make sure that when you're working with clients, the hair is prepped properly. You want to make sure that you're using proper products. You want to give them everything that they need in order for that to have the best results, right? And so the preparation of the client's hair is important. Your technique is important. Your tools are important so you can get them in and out on time and clean. You should get to the point where your styles just have a signature. Like you should get to the point to where it's like when your clients leave out the salon, they don't even have to tell people who did their hair. It's other people on the street like, oh, such and such did that hair. Jasmine did that hair. Shamika did that. Oh, I know Shamika's style. Oh, that Sarah did that. Sarah's amazing. And so these are the flat twists. We showed you the braids and the parts. So we're gonna get into a little bit of business. You're good to go. Thank you so much, Kayla. So we're gonna get into a little bit of the business. Hopefully you pull something new today. Did you pull something new today? Let me get me some something for my thirst. If we can get my slides back up, that'd be amazing. Thank you kindly. All right, so essence. I'm gonna just give you a bonus today because ultimately it is about the styling. Yes, it is, but it's also about building. Some of you may just want to braid and just do it as a hobby, but some of you actually want to make some money. And the money part of business really has to do with, well, let me say this. One of my taglines is your business can only grow to the extent that you do as a person. What does that mean? The more you understand and you develop yourself, the more that's going to affect your business. And one of the things that I find that stylists need to understand when it comes to separating themselves and being essentially have a wealthy mindset is that they have to understand that they are rare, right? Y'all see my shirt, rare. Why is it important to understand that you're rare? Because when you know who you are, it really speaks to how you show up. And you think about it like this. There are stylists everywhere. But sometimes some people who are looking to get into the industry, they think, well, oh, that industry is oversaturated. No, it's not. Because there's somebody up the street that does the same hairstyles that you do, but they're going to come to you. Why? Because you're rare. They come to you because you provide a service and you provide an environment and an experience that's completely different than anybody else. And so you can focus on the skills, but if you focus on offering a rare service to where it's like they can't get this anywhere else, this is what's going to make you grow as a stylist, grow in terms of your brand. It's because you present yourself so different. One of the things I feel that our community overall in general is lacking is professional service. One of the biggest compliments I would say from people that come to Rare Essence Studio is like, this salon is so professional. Why is that something that they highlight? They highlight that because they've had so many unprofessional experiences. But see, when you know you're rare, you know you're precious, you know you're a jewel, there's a way in which you present yourself, because the standard that you have for yourself as a stylist is the same level and standard that you're going to have for your clientele. And people, it's something that you can't communicate verbally. It's just something that's felt. So how do I make myself valuable as a stylist? Because if you think about something that's rare, something that, like I look at rocks. Rocks are everywhere. They're so common. But something that is rare is valuable because you don't find it anywhere. How do you make it so that you are irreplaceable as a stylist? To where it's just like I'm always gonna come back, and I'm gonna pay well, and I'm gonna tip well, because I can't find this anywhere. Yeah, I can get this. I could probably get a service in terms of my hairstyling, maybe even better somewhere else. But the total experience is rare. It's untouchable. And so when I think about a stylist who really wants to become wealthy, there are disciplines that are really important. Some of you have bought the ebook, and I talked about the disciplines of being essentially a wealthy stylist, and it goes over mindset, having the mindset of a wealthy stylist, understanding the momentum of being a wealthy stylist. And so I think the biggest thing when it comes to attracting high-paying clientele is your service something that's valuable enough to where somebody says, I'm willing to not just pay your price, but pay you more than your price because you're so valuable. It really has to do with that. So you have to start assessing yourself. And, when I go into my trainings with stylists, I really kind of go into that. But ask yourself, how am I making myself irreplaceable as a stylist? And so that would be my jewel for you today when it comes to becoming a rare stylist. So I want to kind of go into Rare Essence Academy. We have a curriculum for stylists who want to become amazing, successful, wealthy, confident, right? Because I find a lot of stylists, they find themselves losing out because they lack confidence. And so we want to go over this curriculum real quick that we have. And our Rare Essence curriculum goes over the products. Some of the reason why you may not be winning as a stylist is because you don't necessarily know what products that you need to use, right? You also need to understand how to shampoo well. So we go over shampooing in our training. We go over detangling in our training. It's a proper way to detangle hair, because this is not just about styling hair. It's about how to protect and how to grow and how to care for natural hair. And so the hairstyles are amazing, but then how do I care for it? Because when a client feels cared for, again, they're going to return. So you want to make sure that you are doing all of these things right. So this is all included in our course. And so we also have our training modules. And in our training modules, we have Braiding 101. Let's get to the basics of braiding. How do I actually braid? What are the problems or issues that I may be having with my braids? Let's troubleshoot those things and correct them so we can start attracting the right clientele. We also are going over Braiding 102, which goes deeper into braiding a little bit more in depth. It goes into a little bit more stitch braiding and things of that nature. Stitch braids. As you see these braids, you can see the difference because they have a lot more stitch going on. So we're going to go into some stitch braiding. We're also going to be going into natural hairstyling 101. So this is like stuff that doesn't necessarily include braiding, but we got some more techniques in there in the 101 section. We also go over
We also have men's cornrow styles. We have wedding styles in there. And we also have children's styles. So these are all the things that are included in our creative styling course. Now we also have our master classes. In our master classes, these are like hour and a half long classes where we're going through styles. Then we
Then
have
we
the
have the
precision
precision
parting,
parting,
which we
which we
went
went
over.
over a lot more in depth. We have the braid integrity. We have the fully braided updos, and that's actually a lock style. But we have fully braided updos as well in there. And as I went over before, we're also going to include not just our creative styling course and our techniques course, but I'm actually going to throw in as a bonus the Wealthy Stylist course, the whole Wealthy Stylist course. And the Wealthy Stylist course goes over mindset. So we're going to be getting into everything I talked about, but a lot more in depth. How do I now get into the mind of a wealthy stylist? How do I now begin to think differently? Because in order to be a stylist that is successful, you have to start thinking first like a wealthy stylist. So let's talk about that. We're also going to get into momentum. Y'all hear me well? Are we still good? Oh, okay. We're also going to get into momentum. So for those of you who are like, how do I transition into being a full-time stylist? Like I still work a job that I don't feel fulfilled in. I'm still, in corporate America, or I just want to transition fully into it. Let's talk about how to gain that momentum. So we're going to be going over the momentum. We're also going to be going over money, because if you're talking about really getting becoming wealthy as a stylist, you have to start thinking about, okay, how do I think about my money differently? So we're going to be talking about that in that course as well. We also go over the marketing. So there's a lot of stylists who are scared to put themselves out there. They're scared to post their work. They don't necessarily know, or they may not be scared, but they don't necessarily know how to. You're not going to be able to grow as a stylist unless you know how to market yourself, unless you become more confident with putting yourself out there. So that confidence and that understanding, that blueprint of marketing is really important. So that's also a part of this bonus that you're going to be getting. And then management. How then do I take all this stuff and manage my business? Some of the biggest reasons why people lose out when it comes to building is because they don't understand how to manage their business. And so they find clients are walking away all because they didn't necessarily know how to manage your business well. So we talk about how to implement policies and procedures, how to have your systems together, have your automations together. And so that goes into a lot more in depth of what that actually is. And then we have not only that, but we also have a workbook to go along with the Wealthy Stylist bonus, which is super amazing for that. So it'll help you actually walk through this process, start asking yourself these questions so you can start thinking differently and start planning. Because a lot of hairstylists, they have this desire, but they don't have the vision. Well, as you begin to fill out this workbook, you're now going to have a blueprint. So that's what that is for. So today, y'all, and I can't believe my team even convinced me to do this. We have never done it for this low. But this training, everything that I just talked about today, is normally $2,000, $1,994, but today we're offering it for $497. We're offering all this today for $497. So that means you're going to get the creative styling course, the techniques course, the wealthy stylist course. Today you're going to get it. And then in that course, it's over 70 tutorials for the natural hairstyling, the braiding, the locking, twisting. You're going to get exclusive access to our Facebook community. And so some of the like common questions that we have are, Essence, what will I need to get started today? The basic thing that you need are just like a comb, somebody to practice on, and or a mannequin. So you can get you a mannequin head so you can really start practicing, because it's going to be important that you have some tools to start with. But you can start with some really basic things, a comb and some hair. That's when I got started, that's all I had. I had my little brother as a guinea pig and some Blue Magic and a comb, and we just got busy, right? So we have that. the link right now is in the chat. So if you're interested, you can definitely click the link in the chat right now and go ahead and get started, which you'll notice that you'll have access to all of that information. I wanted to bring somebody on right now. See if we can get Jennifer on the line real quick. See. What's up, Jennifer? Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Unmute. So Jennifer is a stylist that took our course, and so wanted to kind of get her in real quick. Talk and let me see if I can hear you.
Hey, Essence, how are you?
Yeah, I can't hear you. Just one moment. It might be on my end though. Talk a little bit more.
It was a beautiful day today.
Yeah, I don't know. Your mic is on my end.
Yeah.
But while we get her mic figured out, so Jennifer, she did our course, and I just wanted to bring her on to kind of give her experience of the course and where she's even at as a stylist. So we're just trying to get her mic to pop on real quick.
Can you hear me now, Essence?
Okay, speak now. But it's coming through the audio feedback.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Because everybody hear her on your end? So Jennifer, talk to us. How was you were logged into the course? Tell me what your experience was. Just in general, you can go ahead.
Okay, great. Good evening, everyone. My name is Jennifer. I'm a stylist here in the Maryland area. Okay, so my experience, I actually started out not with the online course. I actually took a hands-on course, a full-day course with Essence and Adelaide back in 2017. At that point, I had already been twisting hair for several years, but I knew I wanted to up my skills. I was following Rare Essence, and I loved what they had to offer. So I took the day class, and I was really surprised at learning. Really, the way Essence puts it is real. Learning simple, easy techniques, right? Helped me to up my skills as a stylist, and with practice and over time, become the sought after stylist that I am today. From there, I knew I wanted to continue learning, right? So I went ahead and purchased the online course because I could look at that as many times as I wanted to and go at my own pace, right? So that was a great way for me to just continuing to understand the products to use, why I was using them, and all of that. So it was a top tier A1 experience. I highly recommend it, and I mean, it truly helped to propel me to be the stylist that I am today.
That's what's up. And so let me ask you, are you booked? Are you fully booked now?
Absolutely. Yes. I'm fully booked, and I actually have an assistant now as well. That's how booked I am. So I have someone to help me to do my shampooing for me and prep my clients, and so that we can keep our services moving.
Let's go. I love it. And what is your specialty now that you?
Yeah, my specialty is actually doing flat twist styles on the natural hair. I would say the greater of 90% of my business is me doing flat twist on natural hair. I do offer some other services, but that's my niche. And I feel like it's best to you can try to do 20 things really good all day, right? But you're really gonna, I think, make the best impact. If you get really good at a couple of things, you'll make the best impact.
I love it. Agreed. I love it. Yeah, I agree when it comes to niching, and I think natural hair definitely is a niche. But then you find that when you really find that something that you really love, just stay in that lane, because what you tend to do is master it, and people will become to know you for that. It's like, no, she does, like, this is what she does. Now you may do a lot of other things, but if they know you for something, it's because you've mastered it, and you become. It's almost like your name becomes synonymous with that particular technique. So I
Yes,
think that that's amazing.
yes, and I mean it's real because I'm in Maryland and I rent space in the Owens Mills area. And at this time, I mean, I have people coming to me from across town, Waldorf, Northern Virginia, all over Maryland, and it's not by accident or happenstance. It's because I'm creating a experience for each of my clients that they're unable to get anywhere else. So,
Yeah,
don't hesitate, y'all. Click the link, make the investment because you have to invest in yourself and in your business that you want to keep and that you want to be successful.
absolutely.
And
Thank
looks like
you.
someone purchased
Absolutely.
already.
Yeah,
Alana,
shout out to Ariana. I
congratulations,
believe that's
girl.
Ariana
Woo!
because she was playing with her life. And it's like, how long, I think that sometimes we think that, oh, well, we'll just wait. And I look at it like this. It's going to take time. Time is going to pass regardless. But I would rather have invested in myself and did the work because 5 years from now, I could already been had clients. Because in my mind, it's like $497, that's like 4 clients. The four
Exactly.
clients.
Yep.
So certainly, I think that for those of you who are ready, it is the time is now. The time is now to invest in yourself and stop. You know what I'm saying? Teetering, because the thing is, if you have the passion, you have the potential. I always say that. So don't discount yourself and say, "Well, dang, I'm not like them." It's like, no, it's there's a burning desire in you because you already have the potential. It just needs to be sparked. And so we may look at it like, well, I'm just not as a natural born braider or as good as this person is. It's just like, no, they just put in the time. Like I knew how to braid hair when I was 13, but when I look back at my braids even 15 years ago versus when I first got started, the growth, because I continue to do it. So I just don't want anybody to discount themselves and say, well, I just feel like that's for those braiders over there. No, nobody just came out the womb with it. You know what I'm saying? We
Yep.
all got
Yep.
better as we put the time and the energy into it. And I think that that's very important to understand. So just make sure that you're not discounting and discrediting yourselves. You very well can be that person once you do the work. So thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you for
Of
jumping on.
course.
Is there anything else you want to share? Are you good?
No, I mean, I just want to encourage you if you're really serious about your business and about leveling up as a stylist, however you want to put it, you have to invest in yourself. Similar to Essence, I was working a corporate job. I was a late bloomer in the hair industry. I did decide to get licensed, but I took seriously the thing. I decided I only wanted to do natural hair, and I took it serious. And here we are today. But it was a process. It was not overnight. It was no overnight success. We didn't put it in a microwave for 2 minutes and it was ready. This is years of work. So if you really want to do it, it's possible, but you have to find the right mentors and invest in yourself. And it can definitely happen.
Love it. Thank you so much.
You're
So,
welcome.
all right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay. You too. Thanks. So another question we get is, do I already have to be a hairstylist? The answer is no. I just said, as long as you have the passion, you are qualified. You have the potential if you have the passion. It's about those who are just determined to learn. I have a bass guitar and I look at some bass players and I'm like, dang, they're so good. They're so much further than I am. But it's just like, but I have the passion. So that means I have the potential. So I just keep on working on my bass. And so it's like, if you would just keep on working on your braids, if you would keep on investing in yourself in time and into a course that's going to give you the proper training, I'm telling you, you're going to be leaps and bounds. Because I think that's another thing. Some styles, they don't even want to post their work because they feel like their work is just not worthy. And so it's hard for them to market themselves. But it's like, well, maybe if you invest in yourself, learn the technique, then you won't be unconfident to now market yourself. And so, yeah, your skills are going to get better as you go. You're going to get more confident as you go. You're going to get more comfortable as you go. Shout out to Bianca for getting into the course. Shout out to you right now. So, no, you do not already have to be a hairstylist. All you have to do is have the potential. Now, how much time will I need to practice? I say the more you practice, the faster you excel. The more you practice, the faster you excel. What's realistic is that you need to be practicing, I would say, at least 20, 30 minutes a day. Just jump on a mannequin, jump on something. And I know everybody's lifestyle is different. Their time frame is different. But if you're truly trying to get out of this job, if you're truly trying to get more clients, if you're truly trying to make more money, the investment has to be there. So you ask yourself, okay, how much time do I really have? Do I need to get up 30 minutes earlier? Do I need to go to bed a little bit later just so I can start living my dream? Then we just got to put in the time. So I say as much time as possible, you need to be investing. So that's going to vary between each person, but the faster you, or the more time you put in, just the faster you're going to excel. What was the last one? What can I charge once I master and perfect these styles? What can I charge? Well, the average ticket on any natural hairstyle is about $100, the average ticket. So we're talking about if you're doing some locks, if you're doing some sort of braided style, if you're doing some sort of twisted style, that's about the average ticket. So we talking about you get you 5 clients and you done made your money back. Come on now. So the investment pays for itself. So that's about the average. Now, depending if you're doing box braids or styles that take a little bit more time, obviously those styles cost more money. You're going to be making more money. It's just a little bit more time invested. So somebody asked, is it a lifetime access? So we have a Facebook group. The Facebook group is not lifetime access. That Facebook group, you have access for 6 months. In that group, you're able to post your styles. You're able to talk to other stylists within the industry, ask questions. It's a very safe environment for you to be able to grow, because where else are you going to go to be able to be supported? So where you can ask, hey, how can I do this? Or how do I do this? So that the group for the Facebook group is 6 months access, and the course is lifetime. So you can log into that course whenever you feel and just continue to go back and use that. I know Jennifer didn't get a chance to say that, but she's had the course for some time, and she'll log in a year later, like, let me just jump in real quick because there's this one style I actually want to execute. I have stylists that tell me that they sometimes watch the tutorials while they're working on a client's head. Why? Because they may be just trying to refresh and refine while they're actually doing the hair. So the thing is, you can bring it right up on your phone and be watching it and have it in your earbud and just making sure that you get this stuff. So it's not so much that you have to sit down and watch it. Like, you can be doing it while you're doing something. You can be listening to the tutorials while you're driving. You can be watching tutorials while you're doing hair and just, you know what I mean? Just paying attention so you can learn and get all of these nuggets. Next question, will I get a certificate or a license? So we do not offer a license. Nationwide, there are different requirements and restrictions or regulations when it comes to whether you need a license. So we don't offer a license. We offer the training. Now we offer a certificate when you come in-house, and we do our trainings in-house, but only in-house. So the training, it's just continuing education, and it's just as good as you being in person if you really put the time, because we're giving you all the information and probably more, because it's just videos on videos on videos on videos, right? So the hands-on experience is amazing, but at least with the course, you now have hairstyles on hairstyles, start to finish. I mean, these hairstyles are blown out. You know what I mean? They're already helping you see, like, okay, how do I tackle this big old afro? You ever had a client come in and they got all this hair and you're just like, I don't even know where to start. Well, these tutorials are going to be like, okay, this is where you need to, where's the part of the head you need to start on. This is what you need to do. So we're going to walk you through each and every step. So let's see. How do I join Rare Essence Academy? Well, again, you can click the link. It's in the chat right now. Soon as you join, as soon as you click in, you're going to have access to, or you're going to get your login details emailed to you. And then you're going to be able to immediately go into the course and go at your own pace. You're going to be able to go at your own pace, watch video by video, go back, rewind, replay, and see everything that is necessary in order for you to be able to succeed, right? And to get this income. So again, the course is $497 today, along with the Wealthy Stylist bonus. Now that course alone sells for $500. We're just throwing it in there today. So again, it's $497 for all of the things that we went over. You're going to be getting the product information. You're going to be getting shampoo information, the detangling process information, all the techniques that are going to make you successful as a stylist, the braiding 101, the braiding 102, the stitch braiding, which is really, really popular right now, natural hairstyling techniques, twisting 101, locking 101, locking 102. Lock styles are just crazy. The lock styles in the course are just amazing. And you're going to be able to create endless hairstyles, learning all of these different techniques, how to do the barrels, how to do the 2-strand twist, the ropes with the locks, all of those techniques. And then the creative styling courses. So we'll have the braided updos in there, the twisted updos in there. Shout out to Carolyn right now. Shout out to Tatiana. Thank you for purchasing the course. You're going to be so excited. Let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all ready to go? Janine, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Or Jean with a J just purchased the course. Shout out to you as well. Men's cornrow styles. Come on now, let's get it. Because men's cornrows, let me tell y'all, when I started doing hair back in the 90s, y'all, because I ain't a spring chicken, okay? But when I started doing hair in the 90s, it was Allen Iverson, it was Carmelo Anthony. 90% of my clientele was men getting cornrows. I didn't really transition into doing more women hair until like that natural hair revolution started to take off. It was a lot of male clientele. And then after a while, when the basketball players cut their hair, then a lot of my male clients cut their hair and they started doing other things. Well, guess what, y'all? Male cornrow styles is back with a vengeance, okay? It's what we talking about, 25 years removed from the 90s, mid-90s, and it's back. And so it's trends that happen. These trends, these techniques are never going to go out of style. Somebody's always going to want their hair braided, whether it's a child, a man, a woman, they're not going to go out of style. What does that mean? Your money ain't going to go out of style. Well, you learn these techniques, you endless. I haven't done hair in 5 years, but if I needed something real quick, let me go ahead and take me some clients. So I'm telling you, we had a stylist that she came and she worked at the salon, and when she came to the salon, I'm telling you, she really didn't know too much hairstyling. Like she had a passion for braiding hair, but she didn't know much. And so every stylist that works at the salon, we give them access to the academy. And she went through that academy, and I'm telling you, she was studying the academy every day. She would come in and she would be trying new stuff. I'm looking at her side. I was like, girl, where you learning it? Like, how you excelling so quick? She was like, because I be watching the academy every night. I watch it like it's Netflix. Okay? Because she's not playing about her coins. Okay? So if you just put the energy and the effort in, the braided updos, the kid styles, we got you covered. Okay, we got you covered. And then you're gonna get these master classes. Master classes are like an hour and a half long, where we're going over style by style. And again, there's a lot of Q&A in there. And so you're gonna get your questions that a lot of styles have the same questions. So you're gonna get your questions answered as well in there. You're gonna get fully braided updos. And then now we're gonna get back to the business. Let's get to the business. Let's build this business. Let's get more confident. Let's get more competent, but then let's get some more compensation. Can we get some more? Can we get some more coins? So you're gonna learn all of these things: the mindset, the momentum. How do I get started? Essence. That's what a lot of styles they hit me up. Essence. How do I get started? Like I really want to do this. Well, this is how you get started. I'm giving you the total package. Okay, it's fully comprehensive. We're gonna be going over the momentum. And shout out to Verkeisha. We got another purchase. We're gonna be getting the money. How many hours are in the course? I mean, I can't even tell you how many. It's a lot. When I say it's over 70 tutorials plus the master classes, it's constant on constant. It's gonna take you some time, but it's gonna be well invested time. It's gonna be time that's gonna pay you back. Somebody say dividends. It's gonna pay you back in dividends. You're gonna get the marketing. You're gonna be able to market yourself like a master. So, what are you pointing to? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, I got people talk to me. Okay, well, amen. So Jenny's in here. She said the course is well worth it. Strongly suggest everybody take the opportunity that's in the chat today. Take up this offer. I love the course. Thank you, Jenny. Hold up. I got disconnected, so I can't read comments. I'm sorry, y'all. But Jenny, thank you for your comment. She said that she just, I think the HDMI just went out, so I can't see it. But what's going on? But yeah, the course is well worth it. This ain't no hype. This is truly to help you. I designed something that I felt like I wish I would have had as a hairstylist when I first got started. I didn't have it. I want you to have to go through hours and hours of just finding credible information, because there's a lot of people on these platforms, and they're just giving out anything, right? And so then you got clients that'll come in and be like, oh yeah, somebody told me that I shouldn't shampoo my hair for 6 months. And I'm like, what? Who lied to you? Because everybody's just taking up information and they really don't know. But you talking about somebody who's been in the game for 30 plus years. Like this is all I know. I've been doing hair since I saved $6,000 by the time I was like 19 years old, and I brought it to my father because I didn't really have nowhere to place it. I didn't have no bank account at the time. And my father was like, "Where you get this money from?" Because it was a lot of money back in the 90s. He's like, $6,000. Where you get this from? I said, "Daddy, from Braiding hair." What you think? Yeah. And at that time, y'all, I was charging $5 and $10. Okay. And I saved that money. And so imagine if you're charging 50, you're charging 60, you're charging 70. Listen, you're gonna be stacking. And then even if you just want to do this as a side gig, guess what? Somebody say we going to Jamaica, we going on a vacation. This could be your vacation money. So Jenny B said, here go, now I can see my screen. The course is well worth it. I strongly suggest everybody take that opportunity that's in the chat today. Jenny, LaQuanda said, wow, I purchased the last class and this is way better. Yeah, it really is. We've never sold it like this. So she know, LaQuanda know. Thank you for doing this. I've been following you for years. Thank you. And I see, Will, I can't see no comments. So click the link if you're serious about growing, if you're serious about feeling alive. And I'm not scared to do hair because I didn't think that I was going to be able to sustain myself to the point where I only signed a 1-year lease, y'all, when I first opened my salon, because I just wasn't sure that I was going to be able to be successful. And I didn't know. I had clientele at home, but I didn't know now that I have this overhead and I got a business. So I just signed a 1-year lease for my first salon, and look where we at now. God is, if he do it for me, he'll do it for you as well. So you have to recognize that you have so much in your fingertips, but we have to just make a decision. Just make a decision. Your destiny has to do with your decision making. If you decide to choose yourself to do the thing that you know you've been wanting to do for the longest time, it's only going to pay you in dividends. It's only going to reward you. Right? But a lot of times we end up foregoing and not doing what we know we really want to do just because out of fear, just out of, I don't know what's going to happen. Every step that I've taken in my business, every step that I've taken in my path, I was doing it afraid, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Everything I did, when I opened my salon, when I challenged the state board and we won Essence Farmer versus State Board of Cosmetology, when I started, taking on locks, I didn't know how to do locks until I really started doing my own. And I did everything afraid, and I learned. And you're going to learn too. So even if the fear is there, let's have courage. That's what courage is for. Courage is, even though I'm afraid to do something, I'm going to muster up this courage and I'm about to go. I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to provide a better future for my friends. For my family members and my kids. They're going to see me believing in myself. They're going to see me taking steps of faith. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. So go ahead and click the link. Go ahead and click the link if you're ready to get started. If you're ready to go ahead and get started, click the link. We do have split payment purchases, just so you know. So if you don't have the whole $497 today, we do have an offer for a split pay. Let's see, slide 90. Hold on, y'all, real quick. gonna slide it up. It's stuck on my end. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it up. But yeah, so all you have to do is click the link. You're gonna get your login details immediately. And if you don't see your login details, go into your spam account, because I know a lot of people, even if you bought the ebook and you say you didn't get the ebook, send me an email and we'll check our back end. And if you did not receive it, we will get that over to you within 24 hours. So make sure that you get that ebook, because that ebook is really going to help you. It's like the intro into that Wealthy Stylist course. So we want to make sure that you get that. Hold on, let me see if I can scroll it down. I do. So how do you become a part of Rare Essence Academy? It's so small, I can't even see it. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to click the link that just popped into the chat. This will take you to the Rare Essence Academy enrollment page in the new browser window. Here you're going to see your special webinar offer to the Creative Styling course, as well as a special bonus of the Wealthy Stylist course and Wealthy Stylist workbook. Then you're going to scroll down on this page until you see checkout. You're going to select either the one-time payment of $497 or the two-time payment for $297. The first today, and then you'll get the second final payment in 30 days from now. Now, here's where you're going to enter your contact details, including your email and where you would like me to send your login details. Make sure that when you put your email address in, take your time, because sometimes people misspell their email. So make sure you're spelling your email correctly. Enter your payment details into the encrypted secure checkout, and then click Join Rare Essence Academy. And then congratulations, you're officially a part of Rare Essence Academy. Welcome to our family. We're a community who support, uplift, and value one another. We're honored to have you become a part of our family. In the next few minutes, you will be sent to a welcome email. You'll be sent a welcome email from myself, as well as your login information to join the online platform, where you'll find a link to create your account. Once you've mastered, or once you've created your account, I'm thinking about mastering the techniques. Once you master these techniques, but once you create your account, you'll have instant access to 70 modules within the Creative Styling course, as well as complete Wealthy Stylist course and Wealthy Stylist workbook. Take your time, work through each of these tutorials one by one. I want to stress, take your time. Give it the time, but take your time. Watch the videos, take the notes, get a notebook and an ink pen, and then practice, practice, practice. It's great to watch the tutorials, but you really want to make sure that you're practicing, because it's really about putting your hands to it and you're putting your hands in it. As well as develop your skills, you'll start to perfect each hairstyle that is going to be taught, regardless of your current skill or your current confidence level. It doesn't matter where you're at right now. It's about where you're going to be, okay? So you might be a little scared. It's okay. We're going to get you right? Remember, these are the same hairstyles that have been featured in Essence Magazine. As a matter of fact, I got one of my mannequins right here. Pass me one of my mannequins so we can show that. And have the highest demand hairstyles within the Rare Essence Salon. So perfect these, and you are on your way to attract high-paying clientele and develop consistent income. Let's develop this consistent income. So here's my here is now, her hair been done for about 2 years, y'all. Which camera we going to? Oh, okay. So her hair been done for about 2 years. Look how clean it looks. You see it? And so this was my signature style, the Biggie Smalls braids with the updo. So this actual hairstyle is done on a real model in the course. So this style is also in there. So you're going to get really comfortable with how to size your braids, get uniformity of your braids, get consistency and get a flow. And as long as I recommend working on a mannequin, but I really recommend working on a human being, because you want that real life experience. So if you have a child or a family member or a friend that you trust and trust you can kind of break that barrier of whatever fear you may have with starting to execute and do styles. And I think another thing that is hard for stylists or people who are not fully considering themselves hairstylists is just taking on that title. Because sometimes they think, well, dang, I'm not a hairstylist. Stop saying that. Because You are whatever you decide to become. If you believe it and you start behaving it, you will become it. So watch what you say to yourself. Watch, you know what I'm saying, the negative talk. No, you are a hairstylist in the making if you're not one now. And if you are one now, you are a successful hairstylist, even if you feel like you're not right now. Start speaking that into your life. Start just empowering yourself. Start inspiring. Like, come on now, if you ain't gonna do it, who will? And if you're afraid of somebody talking about you and saying, oh, girl, you gonna do that again? Well, maybe you got the wrong friends around you. Maybe you shouldn't even share with nobody. See, this is the thing. I think sometimes we share so much that now we get that negative feedback, and now it begins to make us question ourselves. No, we're not doing that. Not in 2023. We're going to start believing in ourselves, and we're only going to surround ourselves with the right tribe, the people who also help us believe in ourselves. Like, come on now. But that's a whole nother story for a whole other day. Y'all don't want me. I purchased your creative styling course in 2021 and loved it. Will my modules get updated to 2023? So if you purchased the Tiffany, whatever you have is what you purchased in 2021 is what it is. If the master classes, they're not included in the newest offer, but I would have to take a look at your course and just see. So yeah, y'all, thank you all for joining. Again, the link is in the chat. Let's see who else is still up in here with me. What's up, Jennifer? What's up? Oh, hold on, these some old ones. Shabronda just purchased. Thank you, Shabronda. I'm excited for you, girl. What's up, Robin? What's up, Saturn? Somebody said, I want to click the link to purchase, but hold on, these things moving quickly. What's up, Shalonda? I'm not sure what she said. I want to click the link, but these things are moving too fast, y'all. But yeah, let me ask you, anybody who's in the chat, what is the challenge or what is the thing that you feel like is holding you back as a stylist right now? Like, this is just I just want to know, if you feel that something's holding you back as a stylist right now, what would you say it is? Is it the confidence? Is it the lack of confidence? Is it the lack of skill set? What do you feel like? Just drop it in the chat right now. What do you feel is holding you back? I'm just interested in knowing. Because it's something. And a lot of times it's that one thing in our mind that's holding us back. Let me give you an example. Yolanda. What's up, Yolanda? Thank you for purchasing. Fear and confidence. Okay. Somewhere to braid. Listen, y'all. Yourself and now we got a whole bunch. Okay. What's holding you back? We always hear, get out of your own way. I lived in Glendale, Arizona, y'all. Y'all ain't never even heard of Glendale, Arizona. If you heard about Arizona, you heard about Phoenix. How did somebody from Glendale, Arizona get my hairstyle on a cover of a magazine, a nationwide magazine? Sometimes the things that we think are holding us back is not the things that are holding us back. What holds us back more so than anything is lack of belief. I already talked to you about you become what you behave. So in being a hairstylist, it's like, how do you present yourself? What are you doing? Are you investing in yourself? Are you practicing? Are you know what I mean? But you can only behave based on what you believe. We got to get to the belief. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you can be and will be and are a successful hairstylist that is making consistent income? If not, somebody needs to change the story in their mind right now, because the thing is, you can't even click the purchase right now because you still like, even if I do click this and buy this course, I still ain't gonna be good. That's a lie. See, when you believe the lie, you behave the lie. So now because you believe the lie, now you can't even click. I'm just saying. So then if you can't behave, then how you gonna become? See the question, like, how bad do you really want it? Like, I had to ask myself, and so I'm gonna give you an example. When my hairstyle blew up and it was on the cover of Essence magazine, I had stylists calling me from all over the nation, Jersey, New York, LA, Atlanta, asking me, how did you create that hairstyle? Now, mind you, at this time, I had my own salon. Things were going really well, and I trained hairstylists in my salon, so I know how to do hair. I trained, but I was not confident enough, and I didn't believe I was a teacher. Come on, this is a good one right here. I didn't believe that I could teach. I kept telling myself, I don't know how to teach. What if this or what if that? I had all this negative scenarios in my mind to the point where I could not take a step. But then I realized that I'm defeating myself, and I will never get to the other side of things if I keep on lying to my. I'm about to throw something at this camera. If I keep lying to myself. So we have to start building ourselves up. We get more confident as we do it. And I started to say, you know what? I'm going to at least try. Failure is the not trying. Failure is not falling. Failure is I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to get into this course because see, the failure is not doing it at all. So we think the failure is, oh, what if I? No. Falling is a part. Come on now, because when you fall, you got a story to tell. When you fall, you learn. We're not taking no L's over here. All we're doing is gaining wisdom and winning. Listen to me. We're not taking no L's over here. All we're doing is winning and gaining wisdom. You can only win when you buy the course. You can only get more information. You can only put yourself in position to become that hairstylist that you've always seen yourself being. I know y'all trying to get me to preach today. I ain't doing it. I'm not. Shout out to Sylvia. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to Rhonda. Shout out to Ishai. I'm sorry if I said your name now. Shout out to Karita for purchasing the course. They said, I believe. Therefore, I'm going to behave. Therefore, I'm about to become. It's the stylists that say, I'm going to put in the work. I remember I went to Atlanta. And going to Atlanta, there are a lot of conventions for stylists. And I always realize it's the stylists that decide to put themselves in position are going to be the ones that succeed. It's the ones that take the step. It's the ones that put themselves in position. How do you think I got on Essence Magazine? I invested in myself. I invested it in y'all. How many photographers do you think here are in Arizona? Probably 1 million. But I chose to go with a particular photographer because somebody in the industry was like, hey, you should work with him. He does good work. Never did I think that I was going to get in Essence Magazine. But I was like, you know what? Somebody kind of gave me some real good information to work with this guy. So I'm going to just believe in myself. So I'm going to behave as if I am a star stylist. You know what? I'm going to invest for this photographer to come all over from New York, fly all the way cross country to Phoenix, Arizona for him to take some pictures. I could have got anybody to do it. He didn't promise me nothing. I didn't even know nothing was going to happen. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to invest in myself as if I'm a star stylist. When you believe you're a star, you act like a star. Yes or no? I mean, y'all, I could talk to you all day, but I'm about to leave. But if you want to increase your speed, you want to increase your consistency, you want to increase your confidence, it's time. Because before you know it, it's going to be 2027, 2030. And you was like, man, in 2023, I had the opportunity to get a crazy deal. Listen, y'all, never in my life would I ever thought I would have sold it this low. I'm just being honest with you. Listen, I don't even know. You got 24 hours. There we go. You got 24 hours. You know, my team, but 24 hours. So get to it, y'all. And like I said, I was able to open multiple salons just from my training, just from me learning what I learned, me applying what I learned, me believing in myself. And I'm telling you, there's no way to determine if you believe in yourself. The only way to determine if you believe in yourself is if you start behaving differently. I'm going to do something new today. Because guess what? If nothing changes, nothing changes. If somebody type that in the chat, if nothing changes, nothing will ever change. If you keep living today like yesterday, your tomorrow will forever be the same. What am I going to do different today than yesterday to put myself in position to be the hairstylist I know I can be? I'm going to get this course. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to respect myself. I'm going to accept myself. I'm going to start posting my work because I'm more confident because I done got some new skills and some new techniques and some come on now. Thank you, Tiffany. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes. But today, something's going to change. Something's going to change within you. Something's going to change within your mindset. You're going to realize you deserve more. And the level and degree that you're willing to invest in yourself, that's the level and degree you're going to get a return. And even more so. Listen, if y'all keep me out here too long, I'm going to start. I'm going to get too hyped. Okay. That's good, Yolanda. Everything is aligned. It's time. It's time. So no more fear. Let's get real. Let's become rare, and let's earn the client. Not earn the clients, but earn the money and attract the right clientele. Clientele that's not going to be trying to get a bargain. Clientele that's not always coming in there acting like they short. See, this is why you need the Wealthy Stylist course, because the Wealthy Stylist course is going to help you to learn how to have boundaries within your business. Boundaries within your business, guess what they are? Policies and procedures. See, some of y'all, your business can't grow because you don't necessarily know how to present yourself as a professional. If you want to be respected as a professional, you got to act like a professional. Maybe there's certain things that you don't know about business that you need to learn in order for you to get to where you need to go. That's what the Wealthy Stylist course is for. So I want to thank you all for joining. I thank you. So I'm going to end this webinar video right now, and I'm going to leave this chat open to answer your questions. If you're sitting on the fence, now's your time. It's your time to take action. Remember, you want to click the link in the chat to your right to join your Essence Academy.